but sometimes it is. And if I can, settle and resolve something between two people, then I will.
Okay.
If it's something that can't be resolved, of course, you have to go to a manager, because anything that prevents or changes office dynamics can kind of interfere with productivity.
Some things that we might experience here, just kind of like scenario-wise, as you probably saw just a little bit ago, sometimes you may be by yourself because someone has to step away for a meeting, or they're out at lunch or something like that, and you're on the phone and someone comes in and another person comes in and then the phone starts ringing again. What kind of things would you do to help yourself handle a situation like that?
Well, at my last jobs, I've been told, pick up, say, could I put you on a brief hold while I finish with a customer, and then talk to the person in front of me, within, every 2 minutes you want to check in on the person on hold, just so they don't think you forgot about them. But, work with the person in front of you, get them checked in. For some reason, the universe, sends me 5 patients, 3 calls, and 2 supervisors wanting me in the back at the same time. It's like, now.
Yes, right.
So you just have to learn what's the most important, while not forgetting or being unprofessional with the other things that are pulling me. But being very flexible is a good thing.
If you were to have your daily workload, so just an idea, some things that we handle on a regular basis up front, we do templates. We place orders for some of our clients based off of templates for their supplies. We also do what we call them the intake calls now. So any referral the company receives, the Wasilla staff calls for the entire company to say, hey, we've received a referral on your behalf. Just want to make sure we have proper insurance, proper documentation, we have proper contact information. Sometimes it's just a message. We also will do, we call it the ready whip is what it is. So if we have those orders that were pre-placed, sometimes we want to call and remind those patients, because we call them about 10 days in advance sometimes, to be like, hey, you have an order here available for pickup. If you feel overwhelmed and you just can't tackle all of those tasks, because unfortunately they are ever growing, there are always more coming in of the referrals and things like that, and new orders being placed, what would you do in a situation that you just felt like you could absolutely not get those things completed by the end of the day?
Well, at least 2 hours before closing. I assume you close around 5-ish.
Yep.
By 3, I would definitely let a supervisor know, I don't think there's any possibility I can get all this done. Is there anybody who has availability that could help?
Yeah.
If there isn't, then letting them know, I'll do my best, but I can't do the work of 3 people. And just letting your supervisors know what's going on, seeing if we can find a different solution. And if we can't meet that deadline, then find some, meetable guideline that we can do. Because I'm used to getting 10 referrals 10 minutes before I close, and it's like, tomorrow morning's going to be busy. Something about 4:40.
Right.
Everybody sends referrals. Capstone's one of them.
Yes. And they do them in batches.
It's like a manuscript. It just keeps coming.
Yep. How about in our field, unfortunately, because we're billing insurance, sometimes we cannot provide for a patient. It's just something their insurance does not cover. And there are instances, unfortunately, that we have some low-income patients are classified as QMB. That usually happens when we have a Medicare or Medicaid patient. And when a patient is classified as QMB, because they're super low income, we actually cannot sell things to these patients out of pocket, even if the patient says, I want to pay. So we have to tell them no, unfortunately. What is a way that you would tell a patient, no, I absolutely cannot do this? How would you approach that with a patient?
Well, at my last office, I worked out in LA. We would have some insurances that the office would call out of network, like sunshine